This call is now being recorded. This call is now having notes taken by me.
Oh, wow, this call's doing stuff. Getty speakers. Okay. Course in Miracles text introduction from the top again. This is a course in miracles. It's a required course. Only the time you take is voluntary. Free will does not mean that you can establish the curriculum. It just means only that you can elect what you want to take at any given time. The course does not aim at teaching the meaning of love, for that is beyond what can be taught. It does aim, however, at removing the blocks to the awareness of love's presence, which is your natural inheritance. The opposite of love is fear, but what is all encompassing can have no opposite. This course can therefore be summed up very simply in this way. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. Dang. The great thing about the course is that on every page, it summarizes the whole thing, which the introduction did. Intro on the intro summarized the whole thing. It's a required course, meaning that the idea behind this lesson is you can't avoid the course, and the course is not reading the book. The course is your life. We're all in the middle of the course, which are lessons provided by God. We'll say God's a loaded word. It can mean a lot of things to different people, but the universe, a higher version of yourself, all those things could apply.
Christina left.
She's like, done. It's a required course. But we can, the time that we take, so every time we choose forgiveness, it speeds it up. So it's not, and then the interesting thing too is it's not about love, because the definition of love, according to non-dual teaching, is it's beyond what we can comprehend, because we actually are terrified of love, because love would be all-consuming, completely enveloping into this oneness with everything, euphoric beyond imagination. However, in the oneness, we would lose our special separate self, which is terrifying for us. We would never want to lose my special self, my special Javonness that's separate from you. And that very thing that keeps me separate and unique keeps you separate and away. And it's the cause of, according to the course, all of my problems. So the course isn't about the love. It's about the removing the blocks to the awareness of love's presence. So the whole goal over and over of this manuscript, this literature, is to be aware at all of my blockages. And it turns out that all of my problems come from my own blockages, which some could say, well, is it my fault that my life is the way it is? Or you could say, I have responsibility for how it is, my perception of the world. And so I have the opportunity, because of that, to change it. Versus if I was just an ant on the hill of life, what could the ant do? I'm a victim. I'm stuck in life, stuck the way it is. That would be a sad way, because now you're a victim. But what if we're causing all of our perceptions? That could be awesome. That could be awesome, because if we are the cause, ultimately, then we can do something about that. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. And so then we start to uncover all the things that are unreal so that we can let them go. and release the reality to it, so that we can realize or remember the part of us that is unthreatenable, undamageable. Being in the world where I think that I'm undamageable, undestroyable, it's a very powerful place. But the challenge with that is the body is obviously damageable. My ego is damageable. I get my feelings hurt. I get scared that my kids are going to get hurt. She's over it again. Oh, shoot, my battery.
Maybe.
I kind of want to talk about that blockage thing a little bit. I think it also pertains to work as well. Running my own business. I said, while I'm sick and recovering, I'm going to get my renew my nutritionist license. I'm going to start advertising. I'm going to get out there and I'm going to, thrive in my business again. Oh, that's just one example, but I feel like I have blockage and I just don't get it done. So now I'm like, oh, seriously? I spent these past months and haven't done anything when I literally could have just sat on my couch and advertised for 5 minutes, but I didn't do it. And I have a pattern of doing stuff like that.
Why don't we do it? It's a great question.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if it's laziness, but I mean, this also goes along with, counseling or therapy or just basic anything with life. Like I'm going to make sure I get my kids into sports, but I have this great idea that I'm going to get it done, but then I just brush it off. And it's a normal thing. That's like I want to say that's a part of blockage.
But isn't part of the course like being content with where we are right now in life and not being so attached to those like outcomes?
Yes.
That's very true.
But more than being content, the course is about just watching yourself do the crazy stuff you do.
Driving yourself crazy, not getting it done. Sorry.
Yeah. So no, I actually had that. I struggled with that exact thing of knowing that I should do something and wanting to do something, but not being able to basically do it. Like just so what you're talking about, Kristen, and yeah, I talked to my therapist for. I think we were on that issue for several months, and it all just came down to is because I was not allowing myself to relax. So just like I am laying there on the couch, just wasting time, scrolling, playing Candy Crush, solitaire, whatever it is, something stupid. And it's like there was a part of me that just needed to be fucking left alone. Like it just, yeah, there's plenty of things to do, but just leave me alone. And just like with the child who's like having a moment, having their feelings or whatever, if you come to a child and be like, okay, here, okay, calm down, okay, now shut up, like it knows that you're not really there with it, and so it just doesn't get the relief that it needs. And so it seemed very counterintuitive to me, but yeah, the advice constantly was like, you need to just allow yourself to do nothing. You need to allow yourself to rest, and you need to be with yourself, the part of you that wants to just be left alone and not do anything and just exist and have that be okay. And like once I accepted that was really okay, and once I really just went to the point, like went past just feeling like a lazy POS, that's the only way I was able to let it go. And I feel like with the course, it also kind of helps with that because, well, I don't know if this is also related, but like yesterday I kind of had like a profound moment of this at the sound bath that I went to. with Christina. She must be having connection issues.
Yeah,
Disconnect.
Sorry, guys.
it's okay. She's talking about the sound bath yesterday.
Yeah, and I had this experience where, so it's a guided meditation. Oh, you guys should totally come next time. I think it'll be in 2 weeks or next month or something. It's in the
Oh.
EES system. It's in the EES room. So yeah, and Victoria, who's the one who leads it, she does like shamanic drumming and a guided meditation with it. And there was a part of the meditation where she had you looking for like a piece of plywood to make your foundation more stable. And while she was doing that and drumming, I kind of had this experience of like leaving my body and that whole scene and observing that, oh, I actually am really safe already. And I don't need anything else. All of these things that I'm doing to try to feel safe, it's necessary, and it's kind of it's the course, right? It's the curriculum. The whole point is not just to know these concepts in our head, but to like kind of be the vessel where that experience takes place. And yeah, so allowing ourselves to go kind of past like, because I don't know about for you, Kristen, but then for me, I put a lot of my self-worth in being productive, being self-sufficient, being a badass bitch, being all of these things. And to allow myself to just relax was that was death.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
if I'm not somebody who's actually productive, waking up at 4 a.m. and doing a 2.5 hour sadhana and earning a certain amount of money and all of that stuff, it was then like, well, who am I? I'm worthless, I'm unlovable, I'm all of these stories. So
You're
yeah.
pretty spot on that one. Yeah, because I do kind of feel the same way. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I just wasted all this time. And everyone's like, no, you're going through chemo.
Yeah.
What are
Yeah.
you thinking? And then but you know me, Layla, especially is like,
I think we're all
I'm
like
always
that.
on a go. We're all like
All
that.
5 of us are like that.
I gotta be doing something. Like I was on my deathbed yesterday and like I still was working. Like, what am I thinking? But well, now I'm stuck. I have to get my work done. But I feel better today, thank goodness. But that's true. Allowing grace for yourself in that downtime. I never really saw it like that before. I think that's a good perspective.
Yeah, and especially for you because you have kids as well. So when you had a 3-4 year old that was having a moment of feeling really sad, maybe got bullied at school or had an interaction outside that was really like disruptive for their nervous system, you wouldn't tell your child to snap out of it, right? So I think, and you as such a kind and caring person, like being able to give that to yourself, I think, yeah.
That's
I'm
good.
gonna go get my coffee.
Remember too that you do not know your own best interests. It's one of the lessons in the workbook. And so along with not knowing your own best interests, on top of that, you don't have all the information to know, even if you did know your best interests, what will work or what will not work. And so in our delusional arrogance, delusional because we think we know what we want, we think we know what's going to make us happy, we think we know our best interests, and we also think we know how to get there. We also think we are a body in a world of separation. We think we're the character in the movie, and we forget we forget that we're actually in the theater. It's not us in the body. The us that's really us watching the thing is the us that's going to keep on going after the body dies. And 1 out of 1 bodies die. It's very good odds that the body is going to die. And we think, well, if the body dies at 100 years, then that's good. But if it dies at 30 or 40 or 50 or 60, that's bad. But we don't know our best interests. And we don't even know what good is. And if we did, once again, we don't have the data to get there. So what do I do with that? The reality is I do the best I can. You do what you want to do, but you watch yourself while you're at it. And the more you can watch yourself do what you do, it puts you in that place, a small version of sitting in the theater with Jesus, watching the movie of Kristen, or I'm watching the movie of Javon. And the more I can be the one in the theater with Jesus watching the movie, now the drama of the movie doesn't have to be me. I can actually enjoy the drama of the movie, or I can be interested, or I can at least be a little bit separated to make better decisions. Like, whoa, you're in the horror show. Don't go in there. We yell at the theater. Don't go in the shed.
Don't go
It's a dark
upstairs.
shed. Don't go
run
in the
into
shed.
field.
And then what do? They go in the shed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, can I set myself apart from myself? And that's what watching means. Can I watch myself from a third party perspective in the theater with Jesus, so to speak? That's a huge accomplishment. One, it helps you get what you want better, I think, even though that's not the goal of the course. But it helps you get what you want. And that's it. That's the initial goal of things. How can you get what you want?
Yeah, because because when we're not able to observe, then we're actually putting up the barriers, right?
You're
Like when,
sabotaging your own stuff all the time.
yeah, because it's so scary when you're believing that you're a small meat bag that can be called a mouthy bitch, or can be called lazy, and can be rejected, and can be unloved, and
And can die, and can lose what you have, and you can lose the people you love, and you can lose the things you love. That's a very you become that. Even the most loving little animals will attack you and bite you when they're hurt and they feel like they're going to be hurt. This animal attack, fight, flight, or freeze comes out. We have that animal part of us. And so how do you disengage from that fight, freeze from the dangers of the world? You can't if you still think that you are that animal, that body. It's not you, of course. Even modern culture realizes that you're not an animal. It's very trendy to be spiritual. However, we engage as if we were. Like, so it doesn't mean you don't have goals. Like, make money, raise kids, try to get them into Harvard. I don't know, whatever you're into, and it's fine. But as we watch ourselves do the things, we do, you watch yourself doing it, and you realize, like the lesson says, I don't. What is it again? It's lesson 24. I do not perceive my own best interests. The goals that I have are my best guess, but I don't know. I don't know my best interests. I'm making some guesses here. And when it falls apart, I'm like, well, I guess that wasn't my best interest. Well, turns out, sure enough, getting fired was my best interest. Who would have known? Oh, getting sick, I guess, was my best interest. Oh, wow. Losing my significant other, or my kids breaking their arm. My worst fear ever was my kids are going to get hurt. Well, I guess worst case, I guess my best interest was my kids getting hurt. What's happening right now, and could that be my best interest? My best interest is my kids screaming while I'm trying to stop, my flow of life. I wanted to sit with my couch on the couch with Carolyn. It's 8 o'clock at night. We get 30 minutes, or before she goes to bed, and my kids are still screaming. I guess my best interest is to get them go back upstairs and leave my comfortable couch and to see what's wrong. It's like, how could that be it? When I have that kind of flexibility, the obvious thing, it's like being with somebody else and their relationship problems. And you're looking at them, you're like, honey, no, don't do that. It's obvious you're looking at somebody else.
Yeah.
But when it's me, I'm blind. I do the dumbest stuff over and over again. You're like, maybe I'm going to make my partner feel like shit for doing that thing I didn't like. I think that's going to work out well for me. Like, no, it's not going to work out again, but I want to do it because it feels good. I want to get her. So whatever. We do dumb stuff all the time.
Does Christina want to share anything? A story? Or are we too new?
She said she wanted to just listen in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna listen in right now today. My first time.
Yeah, for sure. I think I feel like because I share a lot, obviously everybody knows that.
We
But
love it.
I feel like because I share so much, it helps me overcome so many things. Yeah. So I try to think of something like with the kids, we do like what's the high of your day and what's the low of your day every day. So we're always like aware of, just things going on. And so I always try to think of something like to work on, to release. So I'm trying to think of something yesterday.
We used to always say that participation equals value.
Yeah.
And so the information doesn't really equal value for you. I mean, information is valuable, but participation is actually what makes things valuable for you. And so it's not bad to watch. I consume information all
Oh,
day
it's
long.
not bad to watch, but I
Yeah.
love to participate because I'm greedy and I like to get my.
But when you participation as a whole and the value, so it's way more valuable. So like I'm having the best time ever talking away here. Layla, we're having a good time. We're participating, like dude. So the more you participate, but this is how life is in general. When we participate with life, when you win, lose, fail, crash, it's actually really value not because of the thing that happens. That's a big confusion. And the thing that makes it valuable is that you engaged in the thing. So,
Yeah. So
I know.
this
I'm
is
listening. More
I don't know. I don't know if this has anything to do with what we're talking about, but I'm going to bring it up.
Always.
And I know you can find a way, Javon. So yeah, I have a group. I'm just going to say it's my Bible study group, and it's gotten bigger. And the group that we had in the beginning, like we're so close and connected, but when like some of the other people come in, I've noticed. I actually noticed yesterday because I decided to go to the event early to be with like the host and the other girls that I know really well. And I noticed when certain people walked in, the mood changes and people get quiet and stop talking and stop sharing so openly. Yeah. And so I'm conflicted because I want to continue to be with our group, but I can't be. It's hard for me to be with like the other people. They're kind of judgy people and they like to complain a lot about life.
The new ones?
I mean, I know I'm exactly the same way, but
The new ones are, or
The new people to the group, yeah, which are actually people that have been with the church for a very long time. So they're very involved in our church, and that's why they couldn't join a small group before. But I also feel like because their faith, they've been in like the church for so long, I feel like they feel like they're better than us and they know more than us. And the way they talk is a little condescending at times. Like, oh, God, believes you should do this. And so it's hard to be with them.
Barf. People like that. I mean, hate is a strong word, but I find it very triggering to be around people like that.
Yeah, like I love my Bible study group. I love that I have friends in faith. But the ones who've been at the church the shortest are the ones that I feel like I connect with more. So I don't know what my question is.
Question: what's the best way to approach our judgment?
Okay.
Yeah.
Or no, not the judge. Well, yes, the judgment, but also it's like a visceral like repulsion that we feel when when we're around people with those that act that way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get that visceral reaction too. My therapist forced me to recognize or put words to how it actually feels. And for me, it feels like being in a sandstorm when
Oh,
I'm around somebody or some person or people who who are projecting, because they're projecting too, right? When they're
yeah.
saying, oh yeah, no, God says this, this, and that, they still haven't assimilated those teachings yet, and so they're trying to force you to be like, oh
Like,
yeah, no, God, those words are so
yeah.
wise, wow, yeah, no, you're so right, blah blah blah. They're wanting you to find those words helpful because they know that it wasn't helpful for them, or they don't know it, but subconsciously, I feel like. And so they're
Yeah.
projecting that on you. And I feel when I'm around people like that, it feels like being blasted in a sandstorm. Like
Oh,
it's
I feel
just
like I'm in
so
a box and the box
in
is
a
getting
box.
smaller and smaller and smaller and I
Yeah.
can't breathe. That's how I feel.
Mm.
Feel
Well,
claustrophobic.
when I need any kind of particular results in any situation, it gets challenging. For me, when I need a particular result and I can't get it and I have to get it, my usual go-to is anger. That's what I do.
Yeah.
But everybody kind of has their go-to. Sometimes, like Carolyn will tend to shut down. She shuts down to an extent, but then, like at a certain point, if it gets dangerous, she goes to like anger as well and attack mode. And or other people shut down completely, and other people go to emotion. It's just like it's that fight or flight thing, and we think that fight or flight or freeze can be just for things that are dangerous, but it happens in socially awkward things or socially unpreferable environments as well. It's the same. It's the same thing. What is it that triggers that fight, flight, freeze? It doesn't have to be danger to your body. It can be danger to the preferred environment, like you're talking about. It could be danger to, this future that you need for your kids or your family. It could be danger. It could be anything. It could be danger to my enjoyable evening. I wanted to watch Netflix, and now this person won't get out of my house. I want to watch it by myself without having a conversation. And now they're here chatting. They want to know about God. Makes me so angry. Like it could be anything. And so what do I do with it? Well, in the context of our non-dual work, it becomes a very deep, wide conversation because once again, nothing real can be threatened. So all of those things that we just went through are threatened. Something's being threatened. And so the first thing that I have to realize, or at least can watch myself as I watch myself be crazy, is I'm being crazy over something that isn't real. My complaint, my discomfort. You know, for me, I'm judging my boss. He's keeping all the money. He's keeping all his stuff. What is it? You know, it's a threat to me. I don't like it. Well, it's unreal because it can be threatened. So what is going on there? Well, I can kind of depack that. I was like, oh, I have my own greed. I'm accusing him of being greedy because I have the greed, because I want the stuff. It's like, oh, I guess that's true as well. Is he greedy? Yeah. But it bothers me because I'm greedy. It's like, can I go back and figure it out? You can put yourself in this environment where you see it within you, and the whole goal, once again, is to let it go, which is the forgiveness of the
I don't know
core.
what I'm seeing in these people. Literally, when, like, specifically one person walks in, the whole room gets silent and people just kind of sit and look at each other. Like, it's the weirdest thing. And like right before she walked in, we're all like screaming, laughing, just like so loud and like just yelling out the stupidest shit like that comes to our mind, like not worried about offending anybody, just like fuck it. And like we're like a Bible study group, but like we don't really fucking care. And like, and then I think when this one person comes in, it's like
Stick in the mud.
it's it's complete silence and every you can like hear people swallowing. It's the weirdest thing.
It's like
So I'm bringing this
the
up
principal
because
walks in.
yeah, yeah. And it's not like we were talking about her. But so I'm thinking about going on Wednesday because Harper's at science camp and Charlie wants to go to Bible study. So I was like, okay, I don't have to pick anybody up from dance. I might go be with the girls again and try because the one thing that I am learning from this lesson is clearly it's a test. I can't just drop friends anymore. I need to push through. They're here in my life for a reason. And so I don't want to just drop this Bible study group. I want to find a way to work through
Yeah.
it. And so I thought if I went last night, I tried something different. I didn't go on time, I went early. And I was like, oh, yeah, that was different. That was fun. But now I have to go at the same time as everybody, and I'm going to be stuck with all these people. I'm crossing my fingers that like two of them don't go. But I know that they go because they really need this.
Yeah. Remember
Mhm.
the relationship stops when the conversation stops. That's and so when there's an unsaid conversation, you can feel it, right? You can feel the conversation stop when, like for example, someone walks in the room and everybody stops talking. Well, that's a external thing that happens internal all the time. And so, what is the conversation that's not being said? Well, people don't want to say it because why? Well, there's endless reasons. They don't want to offend this person. They don't want to
Yeah.
get in trouble. They don't want to. Uh, they don't want to overexpose themselves to someone they don't trust. I mean, the reasons to stop the conversation are endless. I don't want to lose something that I have. I don't want to lose my place in the group because that person could mess it up. So I'm going to withhold. I don't want you to leave me.
Yeah.
But what if you just had the conversation? And that was similar to the thing we talked about last week. Layla, is like, hey, I had noticed, and then you just say the
I know I
thing.
didn't even have to use that.
You could do it in the group though. Hey,
Yeah,
wow,
for
welcome
sure.
to the group. We were just getting really crazy. We were saying naughty words. It was really fun because we're free and friends. How are you doing? Whatever, right?
I mean, we
Just
didn't,
say the
we,
thing.
we actually didn't cuss because one of my friend's moms was there, but we were being really silly.
But you know what I mean. You say
Yeah.
the thing. It's awkward. Wow.
Yeah.
I think we're all. You know what, Leila? You actually do this really well. You have a stream of consciousness. You talk things out normally, and that's probably why you're so good with so many people. You're really
Oh,
good with engaging with new people. You're really good
thanks,
at
Javon.
inviting. You're really good with new friends. You're really good with new relationships, and it's probably because one of the many reasons is actually do this really well. You have the conversation. It's out loud. You're like, I don't want to even. It's even
Why are
true.
you
I don't even
acting this
want to have
way?
this conversation. I'm having a hard time. I'm so nervous about having the and you're like having the conversation. You're saying that you're nervous about having the conversation.
Yeah.
It's powerful. So you can do that in that situation as well.
Okay. Yeah.
The more tact you have while you do it, of course, is going to maybe ease into it.
Yeah.
But
For sure.
and I would say it's more important to make everything about you as opposed to about someone else, because it's
Okay.
easy for someone to take it as offense.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you come in without participating and you make us feel awkward. Well, that's a kind of attacky.
Of
It feels
course.
like an attack.
Yeah.
Versus, wow, we were really crazy and we totally don't have any boundaries with each other. And so I don't know if we seem, I sorry if we seemed unruly and unholy, but we really let loose when we're around here. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know if I feel awkward right now, but I'm kind of holding back because I really want you to like us. Whatever. You
Yeah.
kind of make it
Yeah.
about
That's
you.
honest. For sure.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'll go in and I'll try to continue the conversation with everybody and I'll be like, what's going on with you? Like, how's work? How is it? And then like I tried to do it last night where I tried to keep that energy going. And just after this one person came in, everybody's answers were short. And
Yeah.
it just made me sad that like they stopped participating. So
Well, yeah, that happens. So then the course kicks in. So now here we are in a situation where I don't like what's happening. It happens to me all day long. And what do I do with that? Well, the answer is always to release it, to let it go, or at least watch yourself not letting it go. So forgiveness, or watch yourself not forgive. And if you can, letting it go is not making things that are bad and calling them good. It's like, oh, this fuddy-duddy, judgmental D-bag is in our group. Oh, I love that so much. It's not saying that. It's saying, here we are, the group dynamic changed in ways they don't prefer. I wonder what judgments I have that make me label this bad. That would be like a non-dual perspective on it. Like, what's my judgments? Because it's my judgments that give everything meaning. There is no meaning unless it comes from me. The universe is only from projection. So that means there's a blank canvas of consciousness in the world. And the only way that there can be an image appear for me to engage is if it's projected from me. I am the film. My thoughts are the film, and the light is shining through me. And that image on the movie screen, it can't get there unless I give it material, my film. My judgments are that film. And so if I change my judgments, the light of it's really the light of God. It's the life that everyone shares. There's only one self, and that self is like, it's like light, I guess. And then consciousness, or what we would think of as our ability to perceive the world, is like a big screen. The thing that gets projected onto the screen, though, changes. We're watching different movies. We're sitting in the same room right now. We're watching all of our screens on the same meeting, and we all have a different movie we're watching. That's wild, because we're all getting different meanings. And the reason we have different meanings is we have different judgments and perceptions that we're seeing through. The light is shining through our perceptions and creating a different thing we're looking at right now, even.
I think what is for me, I'm noticing that I find it hard to accept things about other people when when there was a time in my life where I behaved in that way and got that response from other people, and I judge that as having been bad and insufficient and unlovable and wrong and not up to par. And so like this other friend that you've met that I have judgments about, that I don't talk to anymore because I constantly feel like she's an entitled whiny bitch. And It's because there was a time like 10, 15 years ago when I also acted like that. And I never want to be like that again. And so I feel like because this person is 8 years older than me, and they're acting, and I'm judging them to be in the same place where I was 15 years ago, and feeling like, ugh, that's disgusting. I don't want to pay. I don't want to be like, ugh, how can they be like that? But
Yeah.
I,
Or like I'll say I don't want to be around it because
yeah,
then I'm gonna turn into that, you know.
Mhm.
right. And it's, yeah, and I think it's, and then another friend uh is fine around her because, well, one part of me is like, oh, well, it's because she's actually older than that friend. And so, yeah, and so now I'm making age this whole big thing, but it's, but I recognize, I'm starting to recognize up here that it's like she's really a tool, not a tool, a divine messenger
Yeah.
trying to help me to recognize that there is a part of myself that I am rejecting and that I am judging as unlovable. And
Mhm.
I'm making the unlovableness that I feel over there. And I didn't realize I was doing that still. And so I need to be thankful, or not need to be, but I can choose to be thankful for this person for helping me recognize and identify a part of myself that I still feel is that way.
Yeah. I'm
I'm not going to force
wondering,
myself to do it, right?
so
I'm
you're
just
not gonna
recognizing
contact her
it.
again?
Yeah, I'm not going to
Okay.
continue to contact her, and I'm not going to continue to put myself in the situation where I feel like I'm being in a sandstorm, being suffocated by this swirling, like dry, rough, like
Mine was a
uncomfortableness.
box and yours is this, but we're both being
Exactly. Yeah.
suffocated.
Yeah. I'm not going to put myself in that situation, but
Yeah.
like, yeah,
So
because then that is rushing that child, right? Rushing that 3-year-old who is feeling like it just wants to be held and forcing it to be like, yeah, now get over it. So I need to not do that. I'm not going to force myself to go around this person. I'm not going to, but I'm going
so
to
but
just not.
I'm thinking because since we both have similar people in our lives, because this person is a friend of mine, and like she invited Jared to her kickball league and they played together. Like I've known her for a while. Just recently she's going through a lot, and I'm not the only person that uh her best friend came to me and said, like, I don't know how to deal with this. Like I can't be around her right now. But I'm thinking, like, do I go to the eye of the storm? Do I call her and say, like, hey girl, let's hang out, which we've never hung out one-on-one on our own before. It's always just been with a mutual friend. Because I walked out to go get one of the other girls that was late to the party so she could find us. And Mel came with me. So we started talking for a minute, and she's aware that she's complaining and she's a complainer. And she's like, oh, I know I'm putting myself in these positions and I'm just like so upset all the time. And, you know, so I'm like, do I just go and call her and say, like, hey, can we have like coffee? And, because my other
With
friend
that,
said she's tried to do that and she won't listen and she's stubborn and she doesn't take her therapist's advice. And
would that make you feel, what do you think, Siobhan? Like,
I
do you
feel
think?
like I feel like I could find a way, like Javon said, to not change her perspective or change her, but like for me to just have like a better understanding to release my judgments towards her, I guess.
Yeah, you could do this. You could do this kind of work with dead relatives that bother you, because it doesn't matter what happens with them. It doesn't matter what happens with them,
Right. Yeah.
because my perceptions of life is always from me. And on an ultimate level, all the universe, even the physicality, is all from me. Comes from me. My perceptions is being projected out. And that's why it's so powerful to forgive people and let them off the hook. they're doing the best they can. Like,
Yeah.
well, they're horrible. Okay, well, they can be horrible, but that's the best they can right now. It's the reality, because everybody wants to be happy. They think being an ass or being a cheat or being a whatever our judgment is, and that's still our judgment. Like whether they're really that or not is a different story. But even if it's true, it's the best they can, and I'm doing the best I can. Have I done better in the past at times? Or can I be doing better now than in the past? Like, yes, I've improved. I've done bad things in the past. What are they any different from me? They're not. I've made mistakes. I've blown it. Why can't I give other people the luxury that I have been given? Well, I can resist it, but when I resist reality, I lose, but only every time. Yeah. It's it's going to not work to resist, because it's I think I'm resisting this thing that I don't like, being treated bad, not getting what I want, or getting something I don't want, all these things. But the reason I suffer is the resistance itself.
I think the important thing to ask yourself, Layla, would be to like feel into your body and see if the thought of getting in like having a one-on-one conversation with this person makes you feel like not necessarily excited, but like maybe neutral, or if it makes you feel like you're being boxed in. Because yeah, if you feel like it's like a flowy, if it feels like it's in the flow, and like, it could be, and you're not shooting yourself if you don't feel like you should do it. I think.
No, I think because she wanted to walk outside with me, I think she wants to talk. And I think it does sound energizing to me, because I kind of want to talk too. I want to be like, I know you've shared at the table what's going on. I feel like she was very energetic, like emotionally charged during those times, because it was still very fresh. I feel like she wants to talk it out, and I feel like I could, like I said, have a better understanding if I hear her talk it out, and maybe have less judgment towards her, release that judgment, which would allow me to enter my group again, which I love, and sit there with more of an open heart.
It's the whole world can change. There's something about, I think of like if you've ever gone on a vacation and you prepare to go on vacation and you wrap all the loose ends up so that you can be free, and everything you've been trying to get to, you get to it so that you can be gone for a week, let's say. I don't know if you've ever done that before. Usually I walk around with all these loose ends open because I know I'm going to get to it. Just my normal work day. I don't try to finish every day. I just finish as good as I need to. But on vacation, everything's wrapped up. There's autoresponder on. There's an autoresponder so that if something new happens, they know who to get to. And now I'm free. And I'm like I could get in my car. I'm just driving, and I'm like, there's nowhere to get too fast. It's like, it's expansive. It's this feeling of there's nothing to do. I don't have to be anywhere anytime soon. I have to get to anything in particular. It's just, I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
And so could life be that way? I think life
Yeah.
could be that way,
It could
but
be.
it requires us to let go of all our in particular requirements. This has to happen. That's called a judgment. That's called an extra filter. What if life could be kind of like a vacation where there's nothing that has to happen? Now, it doesn't mean you're not trying to do something. Even on vacation, I want to get to that waterfall.
Yeah. I
Okay,
feel like
let's move.
Christina lives like that. I look at her and her little free spirit.
You're
I'm like, I
kind
wish
of
I could be.
pixelated. Is your
Like, I'm
microphone
gonna right
covered?
now back to San Diego.
Layla, is your microphone covered?
No, is it? Can you hear me now?
Or maybe it's
Can
your
you hear me now?
connection. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
No.
yeah. I can hear you.
Oh, we could hear you
It's
better.
better now.
I like the surprise face though.
No. I was just saying, I feel like Christina I look at Christina and I feel like there's a lot of times I envy her spirit because she is so free. Or at least I think she looks so free. I don't know if she actually is, but I'm just like, I wish I could be like that sometimes.
Oh, like Christina, I love
Like
that.
Christina. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
Do
you're so sweet. I'm
do
actually on
you?
my bike right now.
I knew it.
She's out of
You
here.
know, I will say that like I really appreciate you saying that. And there are times where I'm very free and then there's moments where I don't. I feel trapped and stuck. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel more trapped with when the kids are around. Kids were
Yeah.
gone with their friends yesterday, and I felt free. But Jared, he made apple pies.
You made what?
Apple pie.
Oh yeah, that's sweet.
Very fall.
I know. He told
Yeah.
me yesterday, and Carolyn's like, "You never make apple pie." I'm like, "That's true. I don't."
Do other things. Yeah, I those little moments where I feel free and I'm not thinking about my finances or the relationships that are, bugging me. If I could do more of that, that would be awesome. And I do feel like going to these people one-on-one and saying that, hey, have you noticed one-on-one and not like outing them in a group would be something that I want to try to like exercise so that I can feel more comfortable in a group setting. Not calling people out and saying, have you noticed? But like, I don't know, you're really good at that, Javon, and it sounds like Denise is really good at that. I think we could do one of these meetings with Denise. That would be cool.
Oh man, that's a good one. Let's see.
I know.
Let's see if I can afford getting an hour of her time.
I know. We can all pitch in.
International bestseller.
It's getting
Woo-hoo.
close to 7. Kristen, do you have anything else that you'd like to share in 2 minutes?
I'm muting. I know, right? I know. It was so loud in the kitchen, so I had to keep myself muted.
Yeah, did it.
I kind of wanted to circle around a little bit too from the beginning of our conversation super quickly was I was having a conversation with James last night and he just didn't seem super happy about, we don't have a white picket fence, we don't have this, we don't have that. And then I looked at him, I said, look at where we live, we're the Chateau Blanquians. Everybody wants to live here. Like, we live in a nice suburb area. Like, we can provide the food that we want. Like, we can do whatever we want. Like, we're happy. But there's like just a projection, and I didn't know how to have that conversation with him to make him feel better. Because I was like, we just had a steak dinner. What are you not happy about? Like, you should be happy with everything that you have. But, it was wanting more. And I think we had discussed that earlier of like wanting more. It's not enough. But I'm content.
Yeah, that's the goal. It's always you. And when others aren't content, does that diminish your contentment that they're not content? Because then that's another level of doing my own work. It's okay.
Exactly.
It's okay. And that was kind of my go-to for a lot of years. Just saying that it's okay. It's okay. Do I believe that as I'm telling somebody else it's okay? Someone's kid's sick. My sister just had a baby, and the little baby had to be in the hospital in the NICU for like 3 weeks or something like that, a long time for some issues. And could I tell her it's going to be okay? Well, I can if the perspective is no matter what is going to happen, we're going to be together. I don't know the condition of our bodies, but I know that we're going to be together, and I know that I love you, and it's going to be okay. We'll do this together. I can say
Mhm.
that. It's
That's a
going to
good
be
answer.
okay.
Oh, poor PP.
Yeah, it's going to be okay. I love you. It's going to be okay. No, honey, don't worry about that. It's going to be okay. That's the
Yeah,
answer to everything.
it's gonna be okay. I say that quite often.
It's true. It's true. Now, do I believe it? That's the real. Do I say that out of habit to make someone stop bothering me, or to stop freaking me out, or to whatever it is,
Stop complaining at me.
stop complaining at me? Or do I say
Yeah,
that because I'm seeing the truth in that, because it is true?
but sometimes I say it just so I can be left alone.
Of course. Yeah,
I'll
me too.
admit that, but it's true though. It's most of the time I say it. Everything's okay. There's, we could have it rougher, even if we had it rougher though. Where do we learn along those lines that it's still okay? I mean, I guess we're not homeless living in a tent or something like that, and it's raining outside.
Yeah. I remember I used to work at this restaurant, and my friend Anita got me the job, and I kind of lied to get the job. So I'm a really good server, and I would go and I would say, "Is everything okay? Is everything okay?" And they would say, "Yeah." And my manager came over to me and he said, "Stop asking if everything's okay. Ask if it's good." I was like,
No.
"Oh, yeah." I didn't think of it that
That's
way.
good.
And I notice people will say, like, when you say, "How are you doing?" They're like, "I'm surviving." I hear a lot of people say that. And I know sometimes we don't want to like lie and say we're good when we're not, but I do want to fake it. Sometimes, you know, that's the spell that we say we put on ourselves. And I'm not saying that. Oh, because we were talking about being okay. Everything's going to be okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Everything's gonna be okay. Or
it's going to be good.
yeah, I learned to change that habit, and I would say everything's okay, and I got corrected the other day, a couple months ago. No, everything's not okay. Look at you. Everything will be okay. Everything will be okay, just under my circumstances.
Well,
And I was like,
maybe.
wow, that's crazy. Like everything will be okay.
Well, you could live in the future, or
You should live in it.
you could find how it is okay right now.
Yeah,
I kind of like your previous
I do
habit.
too. Yeah.
That everything is okay.
Is
Everything
there
is
proof?
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there
You're
proof
not
that it's
dead.
okay?
No, I'm not dead.
You're not dead. Well, that's okay.
You're okay.
Yeah.
You know, all the things you said before, it does have a good life. Will you have the results that are different in the future? Maybe. Do you have to
Maybe we
have
don't
different
know.
things in the future to be happy? Because that's the game of life that we get stuck in.
So I have to go back to the perspective that I originally had because that's what I believed in.
Yeah.
Well, take
That everything is
note of your feelings.
okay. I mean, I feel everything's okay. I mean,
Well, you're
look, I'm
healing.
still working and I'm healing and I
Yeah.
got my kids and my health is slowly coming back. And yeah, I just got my
Yeah.
car, my little minivan. Like, I'm doing good. Doing good. Rocking a
Yeah.
minivan.
You
Life
are
is
doing
good.
Yeah.
Yes. Amen.
All right. On that note, we're past 7 again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Okay.
All
All
right,
right, you
ladies.
Bye,
guys.
friends.
Have a
Great.
good
See you
rest of your
Friday.
day.
Thanks so much. See
Thank
ya.
you guys.
Have a good one.
Bye. Bye, Christina.
Bye.
Bye.